from each side. Right now, let's go back into court to hear from the first witness on the stand. This is the adoptive mother of the victim.
Mother of Anita Knutson, is that correct?
Right.
Okay. Are you Anita's birth mother?
No.
What was your relationship with Anita?
We adopted her when she was an infant.
How old was Anita when she first came into your care?
6 months.
Can I interrupt you? What? Well, it's not on.
Oh, it's still not on.
Push it, the green light has to come on. Just
Right.
Push that button there.
It was on, and I moved it, and it went off.
All right.
Okay.
Let's just start from the beginning one more time.
Sounds good, Judge.
Thank you.
Okay.
Okay. We've established that you're Anita's mom, right?
Right.
Okay. But you're not her birth mother.
No.
And what is your relationship with Anita?
I was her adoptive mother.
How old was she when she came into your care?
6 months.
Did you have other kids?
Biological kids, and they were all grown.
Okay. Did you have any other adoptive kids?
Yes.
Okay. And how many other adoptive kids did you have?
3.
Did Anita graduate from high school?
Yes.
Where did she graduate from high school at?
Velva, North Dakota.
Okay. And Anita was living with you at that time, is that right?
Yes.
What did Anita do after high school?
She went to college in Minot.
Okay. Which school did she attend?
She went to Minot University
Minot State?
in State.
Did she go right away to school or did she take a gap year?
She went right away
What was Anita studying?
to be a teacher.
Permission to approach, Your Honor.
You may.
Sharon, showing you what's been marked as for identification as State's Exhibit 1. Do you recognize this?
Yes.
What is it?
It's a picture of Anita.
When was that taken?
When was it taken? Oh, gosh, I don't remember. I think it was in high school.
Okay. Is that a fair and accurate photograph of Anita?
Yes.
Okay. How old was she in that picture, approximately?
It's like 17.
Okay.
She was 17 when she graduated high school.
Okay. State moves to introduce Exhibit 1.
Mr. Sand.
No objection.
State's Exhibit 1 is received without objection.
Permission to publish.
You may.
This was your daughter? Is that correct,
Yes.
Sharon?
Mm-hmm.
Sharon, where did Anita live while she was going to college?
She lived the first year of college. She lived in the dorms.
And did there come a time that changed?
The second year of college, she got an apartment with a share person.
So she shared an apartment with somebody, is that correct?
Right.
Where was that apartment located?
North Hill,
In what city and county?
Minot.
And what county is that? What county is Minot
Oh, Minot. I have no clue at this point in time.
in? Okay,
Sorry.
that's all right. Let's get a few bases on there. Sharon, how old are you?
I'm 80.
Do you sometimes have issues with your memory?
Yes, I do.
All right. Do you recall who Anita lived with while she lived in that apartment?
Nichole
Do you know Nicole's last name?
Rice.
Had you ever met her before?
No, I never met her until after they got the room together.
Okay.
I knew she was Anita's roommate and also in college that first year.
Up next, the mother of the victim, Anita Knutson, continues her testimony. Stay here with us on your front row seat to justice.
that glove won't fit OJ, and if you don't ask him to try it on, I will.
Why do an experiment for the first time in front of a jury? It was utter incompetence.
We believe the glove was his.
It was a setup.
They weren't fitting him.
That was O.J. Simpson's best acting.
If it doesn't fit, you must acquit.
Trial and Error. Why did O.J. win? A Court TV original series. New episode Sunday night, 8 Eastern and Pacific. Only on Court TV.
Parents.
Welcome back, folks. Before we head back to court, I want to bring in defense attorney, former head prosecutor Bob Bianchi to discuss. And Bob, this seems like a bit of an uphill battle for the state for a change. This is a case that was a cold case, so you have that. There's this suggestion by the defense about the media's involvement in this. I think that could fly this day and age. There's really no strong DNA connection. I think in a cold case, you kind of need that. Then they have this some other guy might have did it, this Devin Hall guy, maybe even the landlord or whoever he was of the building. Pick any of those if you agree with me.
Michael, were you looking at my notes?
Yes, I was actually.
No, I have down here, you got third-party guilt, media, and deep state. And in fact, when I say deep state, what I mean by that is influenced by politics or influenced by some aspect other than the facts and law. Before the defense even got up and did their opening, though, when we were listening to the state, I had to wonder, 15-year-old cold case, I'm putting myself back in the time when I was a homicide prosecutor, and when I'm listening to, oh, they had a bad relationship, or there was an issue going on with the relationship, and that she might have lied about where she was after 100 interviews, I got that queasy feeling again. Judge, I think we talked about this, Michael, last week, that queasy feeling where you may be putting a square peg in a round hole. Lots of people have insurance policies. Lots of people don't like one another. Lots of people have arguments. Lots of people get divorced. Lots of people have motive to kill people. Doesn't mean they all do. So here's my last point, I guess, to your question, circuitous as it may be. When I listen to the prosecution, which is your first opportunity to make the most important impression, the most important aspect of the case, Michael, you know this as a defense lawyer. You want to get out there as a prosecutor especially and really hit it hard. It's the first time the jury's going to be able to hear how your evidence that you're going to be bringing out during the trial relates, how it connects. And when there's such a short, again, not that there's a time period, but when it's so sparse of facts, when it's so sparse of information, and it leaves you thirsting, and a defense lawyer gets up, gives a better, longer, more substantive opening statement that explains this was all being done because of pressure, it's not a good start for the prosecution as I see it.
And they didn't explain away some of the things the defense did raise.
Yeah.
So the jury right now, I think has a lopsided view. We'll see what the evidence suggests. All right, let's get back into court where the mother of the victim is still testifying. She's on direct examination by the state.
So you had not met Nichole before Anita and Nichole moved into the apartment together?
No.
Had you ever been to the apartment?
Yes.
Okay. How many times did you have occasion to go to the apartment?
Really couldn't say how many, but I would go over with once in a while. Most of the time we would meet at the mall and go shopping.
Now, when you say we would meet at the mall and go shopping, who do you mean we?
Anita and myself.
And how often would the two of you meet at the mall and go shopping?
When she wasn't working or I wasn't doing my stuff that I did in Butte. Okay. I had a business.
Okay. And you were living in Butte at that time, is that right?
Mm-hmm.
You said Anita was working sometimes. Where did she work?
She worked 2 jobs.
Where were those at?
One was the Fairfield Hotel, and the other one was at a dress shop in the mall, Vanity.
Okay. Do you know what kind of hours Anita was working?
Not really. It's just...
Now, you said that you had had occasion to go to the apartment. Can you describe the apartment?
It was a nice little apartment. Anita kept it up.
How many bedrooms, how many bathrooms?
1 bathroom, 2 bedrooms.
Do you know what the relationship was like between Nichole and Anita?
From what I got from Anita, it wasn't good.
And why do you say that?
She was kind of scared of Nichole. At least that's how she came over to me. You know, if Nichole was going to be home, she didn't want me over there.
She didn't want you to come over to the apartment?
Right.
How often did you speak with Anita?
Oh, all the time, it seemed like. Daily almost. We have our cell phones and then...
And did Anita have a cell phone as well?
Yes, she did.
And whose name was that cell phone under?
Her dad's name. Gordon's.
And Gordon. And is Gordon your husband?
Yes.
Now, you said that things were not good between Anita and Nichole.
No, they didn't run in the same circles from what I gathered from Anita. You know, they had separate friends.
Now, you said that you lived in Butte at that time.
Mm-hmm.
How far from Minot is Butte?
It's a good 60 miles.
And you said Anita went to high school in Velva, is that right?
No, yes,
How far from Minot is Velva?
30 miles.
How long does it take to drive from Minot to Butte?
An hour,
And how about from Minot to Velva?
30 minutes.
Now, you said that you spoke with Anita pretty much almost daily, is that right?
Yeah,
Do you remember when the last time you spoke with her was?
yes.
When was that?
The Friday before she was found dead.
Do you know what was going on when she called, when you had the phone call with her?
No, that night she was over at a friend's house and she was getting ready to leave to go home, she told me.
Do you know which friend?
Michelle.
That was Friday evening.
Mm-hmm.
Did you have any contact with her on Saturday?
I called, but she didn't answer, so I assumed she was working.
Okay. Did you hear from her on Sunday?
No, I did not. I called again, and she didn't answer.
So then what did you do when she didn't answer?
We're all busy. We're kind of, I was mowing and stuff. And so I thought, well, Gordon was going to mine. It's Monday. He can stop and check on her.
Okay.
And he did. I called him and I said, did you check on Anita? And he said, well, he went by her house.